So let's talk about for a second name server ownership and what that looks like in terms of just being able to know where the information is. I don't just want to pause for a second and say that this is a service. DNS management is a service that Shepherd's Loft offers. Obviously, we work with Jared to be able to do different sets of records. It takes, and also redundancy, right? So with Shepherd's Loft, we have Jared, we have another guy that works part time with us. So I'm fully aware of what needs to be done for these records. Sometimes I might not know the details of whether it's workspace or 365, but I'm able to look those up and make some changes in order to get things work. But we have redundancy within our business to be able to support our customers. So that is a service that Shepherd's Loft offers, and we can do that, and it's very affordable. I think we've got it listed. If you're doing all the records, it's maybe $85 a year. There is a sign up fee, but this is something that's extremely important for your business, because if this gets messed up or if you don't have it configured correctly, then you're not going to get your email or we talked about uh, in the past, it used to take so long. So people would get upset and they would change the records and they would change it back. And then the internet would start, we called it flopping, right? I always think of a fish flopping around on the ground. But if you made changes, back and forth, then it could flop and see it would work and then it would not work and it would. So that's pretty frustrating. But so those are some services. It's a super easy service. And if anybody needs help with managing their DNS records, that's something that we can do for them. So let's go move on from DNS. Let's talk a little bit about something that's related, but also maybe specific to email. And this just came up, PTR records. I can't say that I ever noticed this record before. Tell us a little bit about that, how that works.
Yeah, so it's the pointer record, and so it's like it's a relation to reverse DNS essentially. So you can, of course, as humans, we use names. We don't call each other, B1789 unless you're, on the planet Voltron or something. We have names for each other. That's how we know each other. But we also have social security numbers, right? And that's how the computers, know us as far as tax purposes and whatnot. But it's very similar, in the computer world. A website has a common name, sherpasloft.com, mbtpro.com, whatever that may be. And so it has a common name, but again, that's not how the computers work. Computers are, number-based type system at their core. And so for every common website name that's out there, there's also an IP address, which is a series of numbers. And so that number is what gets, that's what you're waiting on mainly when you make DNS changes, is for that IP address. That's what DNS does. It matches the common name, that me and you would use with an IP address or maybe an alias of some kind, another common name out there. And so that's what DNS records are doing, is matching those two up so the computers know how to process that information and send them to the right places. And so there's a lot more I can say about that whole process, but I don't think.
That's good. Matching it up. I mean, that's that I get it. And so this was related specifically. We had an issue with this recently, and it is specifically related to the email services again. And so other things that Shepherd's Loft and that Jared helps us with is professional business email solutions like Office 365 and Google Workspace. In addition to those, Jared, what are some of the other additional services that you offer through MBT Pro beyond what Shepherd's Loft has?
Oh yeah. Like I said, me and you have been doing the do services now for some time. I just want to say, well, there's more I can say about the do services. Maybe we'll get to some of that, but as far as that side, of the customer's world, and the fact that obviously they need their domain name if they want an online presence of any kind, website, email, RDP type servers, whatever it is. They need, you need those services online, and so we help manage those from